Synth Tool. So it's just a look at the synth tool from Behringer if using the TD-3. First of all, there's a problem. If you start it up and use the DAW, you get this, which suggests there's a problem. You can't actually use this if you're using a DAW at the same time, so you have to close the DAW, relaunch it, and you get this menu. And on this first page, well, you get the general settings, so you can change MIDI in and out and everything. It's easy to change the clock settings. Then if you move down, you can click here for doing polychains. If you've got several units, you polychain them together. Click here to calibrate it. If you're into calibration, and here you do the updates, and you can see I'm all updated. But this is what people are mostly interested in. It's the sequencer. Now, this allows you to load sequences from the hardware, as you've seen, and you can save them to it. You can transfer them about, and there's lots you can do. But it's very disconnected. As you can see, there's no play button. If you want to play the track, you've got to load it up separately on the hardware and press play. And if you load up a pattern using the sequencer, it doesn't load it on the unit. You've got to load it separately on the unit to be able to play it. So it's a bit disconnected. Oh, you hear the bells. You can see here, you can choose which pattern bank in A and B, load between them. It's very simple. There, look, loaded them on, it's changed. But as I said before, it hasn't actually changed what you're hearing. If you're hearing through headphones plugged into the unit, you've got to load it on the hardware, press play. There's no way to listen through the app itself, which is a bit annoying really, because you've got to think about it. The number of times I've thought I've listened to the right track and I've overwritten one, it's a bit confusing. Like, there you go, triplets didn't used to work, but now you can, if you want to do triplet mode, you just press there and it'll do it, and there's a button next to it for the length. You can set it between one, it's not really a sequence if it's just one, is it, or the full max is 16, and it's easy to do there, you see it. Now let's have a go at making a sequence using the sequencer. Firstly, if you right click, you can choose, do you want to add a slide or accent. The easier way to add a slide is simply clicking left click on the right hand side of the box, and it'll give you the long little bar there which says it's got a slide on it. The little one's just a regular note. So I'll just go in the whack some notes in here, nothing too special, and then we'll see what playing it. But obviously there's no play button on sequencer, so to play it you've got to save it first, choose the right pattern on the hardware, and then press play on the hardware, and you can hear it, and this is what you get. Not the best sequence, but you can hear it. Now, say you've got this and you want to do a shorter version of it for a section B or something. You can copy across and then reduce the number of bars down to say 8, which I'm going to do now, and it'll play just at 8 bars. But then if you change your mind and say, hang on a minute, I wanted the full sequence I'd done before, you can simply up it to 16 or whatever, and it saves the old notes in there. There's also import and export, so you can save patterns, put them on your computer, forget about them, come back to them later, load them straight onto the unit, bosh, done. So they're the main features of it. It's a sequencer, but you can't actually press play to hear the sequences, but it's a good tool if you don't want to be using the hardware all the time. Some integration with DAW is a bit nice, Behringer, if you're listening. But yeah, that's about it. Cheers.